Hey, Michelle here from Sensate Soul, and I work with empaths and HSPs and empreneurs. And in this video today, we're going to go right to the heart of the matter, shall we? Yes, we shall. The core wound and also the core healing potential that I see and experience in my own personal journey as an HSP, and as well in my work, is that it comes down to trusting ourselves. And I know that is probably also something that the majority of us humans are working on, is in really being able to trust ourselves, know our path, know our preferences, our likes, our dislikes, getting to know who we are and trusting that. But I want to offer the perspective of this from an HSP kind of viewpoint, not kind of, totally from a viewpoint. Just looking to see where my dog is. Where's Mr. Ollie? He's up there somewhere. Along with a few reasons why this is so important. Little Mr. Ollie just showed up. A few reasons why this is especially true for highly sensitives and empaths, as well as I've got three really quick little tips that can help in this very deep topic, but they will help. So the thing is with HSPs and empaths, we often, most of us are raised, and I'm making a generality here, but I think that you would probably agree that this is true, that we are raised with this mistrust of ourselves, because we are often around people, family members, parents, partners, friends, co-workers, bosses, who are questioning us, who, that whole thing of like, don't be so sensitive. Why are you so sensitive? The many things that we hear that are questioning that we are sensing and feeling certain things that other people may not be sensing and feeling because they're not HSP, and that's fine. It's just our unique wiring that we came in with, and we end up mistrusting a lot of our own sensations and feelings and thoughts, and we end up questioning ourselves a lot because of that extra sensitive way of feeling and being in the world. So this mistrust of ourselves and of our sensations can start really, really early, and it is such the healing potential for us HSPs and empaths to really trust what we are feeling and what we are sensing. And it is the thing that most of us, when we want to not feel so much, we numb out, we turn things down, we will we just don't want to feel so much. Doesn't that completely make sense, right? Like any being, any animal that feels like it is not safe in the world is going to have coping mechanisms to be able to turn down the fear or the experiences that are going to trigger that feeling of being unsafe or vulnerable. So many of us will tend to turn down our sensations, turn down our emotions, to numb out, because it's a safety mechanism, it's a protection mechanism, right? So here is like the bit of the crux of the biscuit when it comes to our senses, and also a core value of Sensate Soul, is that in order to truly be who we are designed to be and to trust ourselves, we need to, here's the first point, is really enhance our senses, turn them back on, do meditations, do practices that get us back into our sensory body and our bodies, because that's where we register all these different things. That's where we can discern and tell when we can trust something and when it feels off. So we're like shooting ourselves in the foot, as the saying goes, when we turn off all of our senses and mistrust them and numb them out. We really need to turn those babies back on. And I want to give an example here. It's almost like if you were a painter. It's like asking you to take away your brush and just finger paint. And the brush is like our senses. It is the thing that helps us get into and fine-tune into the details. We can do broad strokes, but then we can also do these fine details. And finger painting, as fun as that is, it's clumsy, and it may not help in really portraying the image or whatever that we want to do. It's fun and playful for sure, but using your senses is like being able to really tune in to and use the paintbrush of your experiences, of being able to tune in and sense into those finer details and having more control, shall we say, of the process. So the first one there is turning on your senses. The second one, this may sound really simple, and that's the beauty of it, is to take a moment every day, more than a moment, how about 10 or 20 minutes of moments, and just unplug. Really just let yourself rest. This is not about meditation. This is not about having to visualize or do energy work. This is about really letting yourself go offline. And it's the opposite of the senses, enhancing them. It's more about letting yourself really just go inward and feel. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to figure anything out. You just get to be. And let your energy system reset for 10 or maybe 20 minutes. 10 is usually enough, I find, to just really recalibrate myself. 10 minutes of doing nothing except breathing and feeling and just being. The next thing is hydration. This is really, really important. When you think about being an empath and HSP, we are, because of being extra sensitive, we are extra sensitive to dehydration. We're all energy beings, in my belief system. We're all energy beings, and also in quantum physics. And we're made up basically of, water, energy, light. The light and energy makes the water. But when we are dehydrated, we help with numbing out our flow, numbing out our sensitivities. And it affects our brain, it affects our nervous system big time. And it's really, it's such a simple thing to be able to just keep yourself hydrated. First thing in the morning, drinking 12, 16 ounces of water not only helps you rehydrate your body, but helps the liver, helps your nervous system feel flushed with oxygen. So these are really simple things to do. And they will help you. These are like little, sensitivity hacks, if we want to put it that way. They will help you trust yourself more because you're coming from a place more of tuning in and feeling, enhancing your senses. You've reset yourself. You've taken some time to just completely unplug and let yourself just get back to a mellow hum and energetically. And then also hydration. You're nourishing your body. You're hydrating your own electrical system so that you can be more discerning. You can have more sensory awareness. Your brain is not so tired, and you're hydrating yourself. It's just really important. All right, so those are 3 tips on a really big topic, but I wanted to share this because I want us to really learn to trust ourselves, because that's the thing I feel is at the heart of the sensitivity wound that many of us have experienced, that we just, we learn, we get conditioned to mistrust what we feel, what we sense, what we think, what we can share, what we can give to the world, what our contribution can be, because we're often raised in situations where we are doubted a lot, questioned a lot, and we end up doing that to ourselves. This is not a victim thing. This is simply, I'm talking about conditioning and the things that happen to many of us growing up, that we end up denying our true sensitive nature to stay safe. And it totally makes sense, but your sensitivity is your strength. Your sensitivity is how you learn to trust yourself and to discern and to have boundaries and to take care of yourself physically, emotionally, energetically. spiritually, all of that goodness. All right, thanks so much for listening. I'd love to hear what you feel about this topic. Give a comment below, as well as like and subscribe, do all that great social media stuff. Share it with a friend if you think that they'd benefit from this video. All right, take great care. See you in the next one.